Hello, everybody. Mack Comandante here. I'm an international trainer and coach, and I've been helping organizations and businesses scale their businesses by 300% in less than a year. And we do that by removing constraints towards exponential growth. Now, in this episode, I'm very excited because I have here my business partner, my very good friend. And what she's done is that she was able to transition herself from working in a bank and doing becoming a life insurance advisor and achieving MDRT in a span of 1 year. Okay, so I'm very excited, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring her to you, Jerica David. Hi,
Hi
Jerica.
everyone. Thanks, Mack.
How are you, Je?
Great. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
So, how about if you introduce yourself first? So, who's Jerica David? Would you care to introduce yourself to everyone who's watching?
Yes, of course. Hi, I'm Jerica David. You can call me Coach Je. I help women transform their lives and their business, and I do that by increasing their money consciousness and helping them increase their streams of income.
Very nice. Tell me about your story. So, it was quite interesting. I know your story, but
Yeah.
I feel that it's very inspiring, and a lot of financial advisors would also be able to benefit from it.
Definitely.
How did you get here? Who's Jerica David before she was a financial advisor?
Well, before I was a financial advisor, I was called Jen from Insert Bank. So it's so funny because like even my name tag, they didn't get it right. I feel like in like corporations, like you're really just a, like an employee.
Mm.
So yeah, I was a banker and I was a account officer trainee. So in the banking world, you're like the RM. You're like you face clients who want to lend
Mm.
to the bank. So that was my work. I was a lending officer.
You're a lending officer from a prestigious bank.
Yes.
And how's that? Was that right out of college? That was your first job, or
No, I actually worked in Store Specialist Inc. Are you familiar with that?
SSI? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
SSI.
Or stunts? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was a merchandising assistant in Lacoste.
Mm.
So I thought I wanted to be in fashion. And I kind of still want to be in fashion, but not that route.
Okay. Okay.
So it was funny because, like, yeah, I was only there for like 6
Mm.
months because yeah, I thought it was something glamorous or whatever, like being in fashion. But no. And I actually got into the banking industry because I have a twin sister. And she was also in the banking industry.
Okay. I didn't know you
So,
had a twin.
yeah, you didn't know? Okay, I have a twin sister. She's in the States right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, so she worked in another bank, an international bank.
Mm.
And then she enjoyed her job and she had a good salary. So I was like, okay, might as well try banking as well. And I liked it. I liked it naman. It was good. I learned a lot, but um, but I got pregnant.
Mm.
So I was 23. I got pregnant, and 6 months in, I was like I gave birth, and then 6 months in,
Mm.
um, I was like, I cannot imagine doing this for the next few years.
Why is that? What do you mean by that?
Like, I would wake up at like 7 a.m. and
Mm.
then my daughter was still sleeping. And then I would come home at like 7 p.m.
Mm.
And my daughter and I need to sleep na.
Mm.
And I actually have a bad habit of like sleeping late with her. So 11 o'clock na.
So damay siya.
Yeah, because of course I want to spend time with her.
Yeah.
Like I want to enjoy. But syempre we have to set like boundaries na no, you have to sleep early. Ganyan.
Mm.
So, yeah, that was my life when I was in the bank. And I knew that I didn't want to not be with my kids. I have two. So, yeah, I left the bank. And then I talked to the financial advisor of my sister.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that guy introduced me to the career.
Mm.
And then, I feel like when you really go to the financial or like the insurance industry and you really look for it, that's like one of the keys to success, I think. Like people who really look for a career that that they don't need to like go to work and
Mm.
like have and they would want to have time for their family. So yeah, I actively looked for the job, and then yeah, that's how I got here.
Oh, very nice. So you were a relationship manager in the bank. So meaning to
Mm.
say you're dealing directly with with
Clients.
clients,
Yeah.
right? But before that, you were able to do fashion retail
Yeah.
through SSI.
SSI.
Yeah, that's quite an experience, no? And being in the front line, I guess, allows you to build that level of confidence, also to talk to people, right? Okay, so then you met a financial advisor who presented to you. So what happened there? Did you join his group or?
Yeah, I joined his group right away.
Mm.
I was his first recruit.
Oh,
So it's
interesting.
like we found each other. And we have like the same market.
Mm-hmm.
So when he talked to me about the business, I liked how confident he is. And I liked how, ano yun, parang bumaba lang ako sa bank. Tapos nag-lunch lang kami. Tapos
Mm.
parang 2:30 na. 2:30 na. Tapos he's still free.
Mm.
So I was like, wow. Tapos nag-usap lang kami. Parang, I was so amazed how that's his work.
Mm.
And I kind of do that with my clients as well. But
Right.
then for him, that was it.
Yung
Diba?
iba kasi, Je, I noticed that they're shy to say that they are already doing financial advisory business,
Yeah.
diba, and so on. How is that for you? I mean, being in a prestigious bank, for example, and you're there in the front line
Yeah.
representing the bank
Yeah.
and moving out of that kind of work. How was the
Yeah.
transition like for you?
Like honestly, it was also an issue for me. Like a secret agent. Like one of my block spies, like my dad, is like, you're an agent, blah 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 blah. And then there's like this misconception na parang, I'm not sure. I think he was the one who said na parang, hindi kita, hindi kita pinag-aral sa Ateneo para maging agent. And I was like, whatever. But I just embraced it because like I wasn't going to go back to corporate. And I kind of found success early in the career. So might as well embrace it. Like I am a financial advisor. That's one of the things that my leader needed to get out of me. Na no, you have to embrace this because this is who you are. And to some extent, I know that this career is like who I am talaga. And it's fun.
How is that for you? What clicked for you in that transition that suddenly
From
you're
a
able
bank,
to, right, you're able to accept that new identity, right, and embracing that new career, and I can also sense that you're very happy with what you're doing and then being able to spend time with your two kids right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I guess it's really that decision that this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life or for a really, really long time.
Mm.
And I want to, or like I choose to be a financial advisor. And it's part of the job to like embrace that career or like that role of like looking for clients.
Mm.
And also I kind of love the humility that goes with being an advisor, of like, you have to ask for meetings for clients for, and it's not really yeah, I like how there's personal growth and humility in being a financial advisor,
Mm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it really does. Definitely, it makes sense. There's so much personal growth, but I'd like to understand, how do you mean by personal growth? How have you grown as a person, by being here?
Well, definitely the confidence. And when I started being a financial advisor, I had a fear of authority and I had a fear of rejection. Now, I still don't like being rejected, of course, but I feel like I finally understand that it's going to be a part of of life and it's nothing personal to me.
Mm.
And I love how I know that when someone rejects me or like doesn't buy from me or whatever, it's not about me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing that I learned about being in this career. So that's one. And then the second one is having the humility to, to like ask for a meeting. I don't know if humility is the right word, but maybe it's even the confidence or like the audacity or like to like
Mm.
ask for a meeting and like help people out.
Mm.
So I think um that's how I grew. And last, I didn't think I would ever go in front of a camera and like sell insurance to people.
Mm.
But that's how I survived during the pandemic.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And I love how, I was able to use social media to to reach out to people, to meet new people and like sell insurance to people.
Very nice. That's very interesting, no? So and in fact, I'd like to talk about that because you become an MDRT during the pandemic.
Yes,
Ama?
2020.
Right? And becoming an MDRT, it's I remember back in 2020, a lot of financial advisors actually quit during that time. They start to
We
feel
missed
like,
out.
right? Yeah, they kind of they kind of feel like the business wasn't for them.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
they're having difficulty reaching clients. But in your case,
Yeah.
it was the total opposite. This was the time that you actually thrived in the business. Okay, what are some of the points there that you can share with the audience?
Yeah. Well, during that time, it was the first time that the insurance commission allowed digital selling. So even if you're, because before that, you need to be with the client, they need to sign with you. So there was a big opportunity when the pandemic happened. I talked to people from Cebu, from Iloilo, other parts of the country. And yeah, so there was a big opportunity in that. And how? Um, I have a really good manager,
Mm-hmm.
and she really knew my numbers. That was also the time where the person who recruited me, he would actually call me every day
Mm. Mm.
for the accountability.
Right.
And yeah, I was able to, like, funny enough, like last week of December, I was about to give up,
Mm.
but um, I kind of knew like three people who might just, bring me to the finish line.
Mm. Mm.
So I was gonna give up na. Like, I think it was like 24. And then biglang I messaged this one person. And then biglang pumayag siya. It was
Mhm.
like a 125K na annual.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, pwede pa. And then I tried the other two. And then they agreed. And then it was just so amazing how I persevered or like
Mm.
pushed through with the goal. But it's really about knowing your numbers and like kind of knowing or really knowing like this person, like your numbers, pagkano ibibigay nito,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
diba, to achieve that goal of
Ah, okay. So let's
MDRT.
expand that a bit.
Right.
What do you mean by knowing your numbers? Is it about understanding the targets? Is it about
Understanding the target. Like, for
what else?
example,
Yeah.
if the MDRT goal is like 2.5,
Okay.
right? So how much do I need for to reach that 2.5, right? In like which products,
Mm.
which people do I sell to?
Ah, that's interesting. So ibig mo sabihin when you set a target, it's also broken down in terms of products.
During that time,
Like you have a context of
yes,
the sales mix.
yeah, I know which products I specialize in.
Ah, okay. And what would these products be?
The investment ones.
Investments. Okay.
Like, during that time, actually, parang recently lang ako nagsha-shift sa protection, like
Mm.
protection products without investments.
Mm.
But during that time, it was always really about the investment product and like how much
Mm. 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 Mm.
to achieve that goal of MDRT.
Meron ka
Yeah.
bang napansin na pattern, as you've helped people along the way? Because like as you said, towards the finish line, it's already December, but
Yeah.
it seems like, when you're about to give up, it just clicked for you. Eh. So out of all of those clients that you've helped, was there a certain pattern in terms of what products are they looking for, how to approach them? A
Mm.
pattern whereby if you actually write it down, it actually becomes a system
Yeah.
in the long run,
Yeah.
right? So is there something there?
Yeah. So I really love talking to friends and like former schoolmates.
Mm.
And funny enough, I would think that they already know like how to invest or like where to put their money, because they're like millennials, so they would have an idea of like where.
Mm.
And but apparently they didn't, or not all did.
Mhm.
So that was my market. Like people from different universities in Manila who knew like how who did not know how to invest.
Mm.
And then yeah, I just talked to them about financial planning and investment because like most of these people really like investments.
Mm.
And then I talked to their parents.
That's new. How do you mean by that? Kasama yung parents in the
No,
sales
no.
call?
I would ask them like, can I talk to your mom?
Mm.
Can I talk to your mom? And then they would say yes. Or like, cause like I do other stuff. I used to be an affiliate of eToro.
Mm.
I also have like Pacific Cross, like different HMOs. So like these batchmates from Ateneo, friends from other schools in Metro Manila, they would ask me about the things that I offer, and
Mm.
then I would meet their parents, and then yeah,
Pati si tita client na if that's the case.
yeah, they're
Galing.
favorite ko pa silang client.
I like the strategy because it's like you're getting sponsored upward inside the family.
Yeah,
Diba? Very nice. Okay. That's nice. So if that's the case, so your approach is to approach friends
friends.
and you ask them to refer you to their parents.
Mm.
But I'd like to ask because you're not the only financial advisor. I think the last count
Yeah,
there's about 150,000
I'm not.
total Philippines. And most of the financial advisors would be here in Manila.
Mm.
And I would assume also that there are other FAs that would have approached your friends.
Definitely.
Has that ever happened?
Yes, madami.
So paano yun? What makes you unique? Why is it that they decided to work with you?
Well, definitely I have other competitors. Oh, competitors. Competitors na in the same like circles.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess it's because I asked, like some of my batchmates I think won't really ask, or maybe if like parents did meet them,
Mm.
maybe it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't a good time, or it wasn't a
Mm.
good fit maybe. So it's really, and I feel like there's an abundance of like clientele.
Paano yun? Yung parents nila, for example, I'm sure
Already have.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, me rin kasi I firmly believe that even if you have a policy, that's not going to be your only policy,
Mm.
right? And especially if like they're in their like 50s or 60s already, na malapit na sila,
Mm.
hindi na pwede to be insured,
Mhm.
right? So I guess it's the timing also, na
Okay.
parang okay, I would tell them, nako tita, konting years na lang, hindi ka na mai-insure. Ganon,
Mm.
something like that. So, maybe, tactics like that. And I guess I was just able to establish credibility. It's so funny nga eh, cause like, when I would talk to tita or tito, parang, they would say, like, another friend who's also in the financial advisory business. Pero their concept was like, hindi, pang good time lang yan. So I guess I was really just able to establish my credibility, and like I am I'll be here in the long run, and I guess like I really know investments and insurances and being a banker. I know how it would work,
Mm.
right?
How do you mean
Hindi
by
lang
that? So,
bola.
so what would work? What would work? Because I think
What would work?
you've tackled a very important principle there, where there's a factor of timing,
Mm.
there's a function of their age at the same
Mm.
time, okay, plus the credibility. And when you say credibility, earlier, di ba, we were just talking about that it's actually more difficult to influence people who are more older than you, more accomplished than you. But in
Yeah.
this case, you're proving this quite different. That it's
Mm.
not totally true.
Yeah.
Because your clients are parents of your
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
And so what did you figure out there?
Well, they really like HMOs.
Okay.
So that was my foot in the door,
Okay.
like a Pacific Cross.
Right.
Yeah, that
You're
was
also
the-
doing Pacific Cross.
Yeah, I also
Yeah.
do Pacific Cross.
Okay.
They love, yeah, that's their main concern during
Mm.
that age.
Mm.
HMOs, and
And
then
I guess especially during that time it was COVID, diba? And the
yeah,
bills, you can hear the news na
Yeah.
Hospital bills go crazy. So
Yeah. They were really looking for that. Actually, I think a number sought me out. Like a lot of my batchmates sought me out so that they can insure their parents.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Kasi Pacific Cross above 60, ano pa covered pa, no?
yeah, up to
Right.
100.
Up to age 100 for HMO.
Yeah, for
Right?
HMO.
Very nice.
Yeah. So that was really my foot in the door. And then after that, life insurance. So, and they know they need it.
Right.
They really know. It's just, a matter of timing also na they haven't gotten around to it. Or wala lang nag-push.
That's true.
Diba? So, I was very happy when I got those clients na parents na friends ko. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so the strategy is talk to your friends, ask your friends to refer you to their parents. The entry point is that not just talk about life insurance. In your case, you started with the HMO product
HMO.
that gets you in the door and talked about life insurance later on. Okay, very nice. But still, the focus is on investments.
Yeah.
And with your experience with banks, with your experience in trading through eToro, foreign markets, and the like,
Yeah.
times today are different.
Yeah.
Okay, we are in a time when we're experiencing high inflation rates. Okay, very recently, diba, the Fed just raised the rates as well. It kind of shook the market again. Is that still the strategy? What do you think would be more relevant today, given now
Yeah.
or say, for example, it will not always be like this, right?
Yeah.
Would there be some sort of let's say listening post or indicators that you're looking for,
Yeah.
that when that happens, then the strategy would also shift? Meron ka bang tinitingnan na ganun?
Well, definitely for the market now, what I promote now are bonds, like global bonds or like programs that have a guaranteed return. So that's my strategy now. During that time, my strategy, especially during the pandemic, was really just to go all in equities, right? And even until now, you can still, what I like about our programs is you can change the investments, right? So that's what I say to the parents. I give them a strategy like this year we're going to go full out on equities. This is like around 2020, sorry,
Right.
during the pandemic, because it's a pandemic year, there's a crisis, etc. And the market has already gone up.
Correct.
Right. Now that they're saying that there's a recession, global recession,
Yeah.
then I would advise to get out of equities and go to bonds. So really the strategy is like be a good financial planner and know the investments know where the investments of your clients, where it's gonna go.
Yeah. You know what I like about what you're saying is that it gives me so much confidence to work with you if you're my financial advisor. You know why? Because over the course of, let's say, over the past decade, for example, being very much entrenched in this industry, what I noticed is that as a selling point, financial advisors would say that you can really shift naman your policies to begin with.
Yeah.
But there is no proactive, not even necessarily guidance, but let's say proactive information
Yeah.
that financial advisors would give out their clients.
Yeah.
Okay, coming from a sense where I'm not saying that they're not forwarding the information coming from their companies, but it's really more of that's it. They're just forwarding information. And like how you are expressing this right now, where there is ownership in relation to what you think about the market,
Yeah.
and you put your clients first in relation to what they actually need.
Yeah.
I like what you said about they're really looking for HMOs, for example.
No, yeah.
Because in that sense, it's a reflection of what they wanted to protect at that stage in their lives, right? And moving towards where to put their money.
Yeah.
So, aside from that, are there any other trends that you are looking at? So, obviously, you are, getting yourself. Have you always had a background in finance? I mean, for you to know this to begin with?
Well, I was always interested in the stock exchange. So college pa lang, I would like medal in like the Philippine Stock Exchange. So background in finance, I guess. In school, in my organization.
Right.
And then, yeah, when I went into the bank, I kind of
Mm.
just, needed to learn how to.
Paano to? Not everyone has that kind of background. Di ba?
Mm,
What should people look for? Where should they go, for instance? Or can they go
mm,
to you?
definitely.
Di ba?
Yeah, that's because like in the insurance industry, you wouldn't want to be an investment expert
Mm.
because you're selling protection.
Okay.
But this is just like my added value. Like as an investment, like my added value as a person who um like invests your money or
Mm.
invests my client's money. This is my added value. But um for our programs, I really push protection
Mm.
because it's not just about the investment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, very nice. So right now, how would you describe the stage of your career? Where would you be?
Whoa. Okay. Stage in my career. Well, definitely I still talk to a lot of my friends in the schools around Metro
Mm.
Manila, my old classmates and like friends of friends. That's still my market. Um, but now I'm very focused on building my team
Mm.
of financial advisors. And I'm very focused on teaching my teammates first investment strategies
Mm-hmm.
that work.
Okay.
And also, yeah, I'm really just focused on building my team and like recruiting people. And the people that I recruit, I would love to them to know what I know when it comes to investments
Mm.
and when it comes to other aspects of like personal finance and personal
Right.
development.
So, Jerica, in this stage of your career, I know you're
Yeah.
starting to build your teams, right?
Yes.
And you're just starting with this. But let me
Yeah.
ask you, why should people join you? Why not any other financial advisor who also has the ambition to build teams?
Yeah. Well, it's not about me, right? It's about what the advisor, what the recruit can get. So, with my team, or the culture that I envision for my team, are people, especially women, who are knowledgeable about finances. And I mentioned earlier that I'm a mom. Now that
Mm.
I'm a mom of two, I know it's not going to be about just me. It's about how mothers can help their family when it comes to their finances, when it comes to investments and insurances.
Mm.
Empower these women to know more about money.
Mm.
So that's one of the missions that I have. And second, well, I'm raising two beautiful children.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about time for me to, step up my game.
Okay.
And it's not just about, dilly-dallying or like just have my own set of clients. It's not about that anymore.
Mm.
It's about stepping into leadership. Because as our previous interview, Nolly said earlier, leadership is like parenting. So now that I am a parent and I'm parenting not just and I'm parenting, leading my kids, I would also like to lead other women into this business so that they will be more empowered.
And why do you think you should be the best leader of these women?
Well, to be honest, Mac, I still feel a little unworthy leading a team. Now, yeah, I still feel a little unworthy, but with my situation now, that I'm a single mom of two, I have the experience of knowing what it's like feeling like a mom lang,
Mm.
not not earning so much for my family, um and just like taking care of my kids. I've experienced that. Just I actually made a decision, oh, okay, I'm just gonna take care of my kids. But now that I have an opportunity to lead a team and bring as many people as I can through my journey of helping more people protect their families, and I guess empowering more women in creating income for themselves, and just being more aware financially or with money, or being more conscious about how they spend their money. That's how I was able to help people and other families, and that's how I'm helping my family. So I guess to answer your question, I don't feel worthy yet, but I know I can help more families when it comes to having more income, and really have that mission of securing their family.
Thank you, Jerica. I truly appreciate that. Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I like what you said that you're doing this as a personal mission.
Yeah.
Okay, you're taking of Amelia, you're taking care of Jesse,
Yeah.
um, being able to provide the best kind of future that they deserve, right? Being
Mm.
able to do what you love to do. But at the same time, you get to spend as much time with them.
Okay, not as much
Mm.
time, okay? There's no, as you said, there's
Mm.
no such thing as, what's that? Work life balance. Just work life harmony.
Okay.
Right. I remember when there wasn't any Zoom, my meetings would end at like 11 p.m.
Mm.
But it's really because I've made up my mind that I really want to serve my clients
Right.
well. And I just take the opportunity to like be super present, and yeah, when I'm with my
Mm.
kids.
Mm.
So don't get me wrong, like there will be a lot of meetings,
Mm.
and there is always going to be like a limit when it comes to time with your
Mm.
family.
Mm.
But at least it's not like an 8 to 5 job.
Mm. Gives you more
It
choices.
gives
Ibig
you
sabihin.
definitely, and I am able to bring my kids to my meetings. It's buti na lang yung mga meetings na yun, parang policy review na lang.
Mm.
It's
Mm.
chaotic, but like I guess I am able to connect more with my clients because they see that I have kids with me.
Mm. Mm.
And um honestly, it's just really so exciting, like
Mm.
being a mom and having a career and
Mm.
being able to provide
Right.
for my kids.
And I like how you're not tiptoeing around this, that while you're doing this because you love what you're doing, you get to
Yeah.
spend time with your kids and so on, but also grounding the idea that this isn't like a walk in the park. You have to do the work. But the
Definitely.
rewards of that also includes enough monetary reward that you get to live the life,
That I
the
want.
lifestyle, for
Yeah.
example, that you would want.
Yes.
Not just for yourself, but you're for your family.
Yes.
Tama? Did I
Definitely.
capture that right?
Yes, definitely. It's really a rewarding and an
Mm.
exciting career.
So, ibig sabihin, Jeff, and I want to ask you this, no, in relation to, I think by now you have enough experience on what works, okay, and also had an experience of the things that are not working, and you get to see what is also happening in the industry, and
Mm.
now you have an opportunity to make your own mark,
Mm.
right? So, how do you think should teams be managed and grown and make sure that people would also thrive inside these teams?
Mm. Okay. Well, it's definitely establishing a culture of excellence and productivity and commitment. So excellence, productivity, and commitment. That's one of the things that I am learning as I become a mom. Like, especially with the concept of as above, so below.
Mm.
So if you are, so when I am not being excellent when it comes to, just even managing the household,
Yeah.
it trickles down. Like I see it in my household and I see it in my business. So yeah, to answer your question, it's really as above, so below. It's me taking responsibility on being an example of what an excellent financial advisor is. And that would mean super customer service. That would mean understanding what your products are and where the money or the investments would be, right? And then when it comes to culture of productivity, it's really about engaging, well, myself and engaging the recruits, right? So that they do the work for the business, because it's really about being productive in this business.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that the importance of being a role model is the key to developing a high-performing team.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
I totally agree with that, right? Because at the end of the day, you get to attract the same kinds of people. If you're lackluster, you get to attract lackluster people as well.
Yeah.
If you show excellence, then people who would want to be excellent would also gravitate towards
Yes.
that value.
Yes.
Now, so if we are going to circle back, and if there would be a financial advisor who would just be starting right now,
Yeah.
what would be your tips so that they can also accelerate much faster in terms of building for performance for themselves? They gain faster momentum in the business,
Yeah.
and ultimately start to build their teams as well.
Yeah. Well, first, that's product mastery, competence, build competence. Especially because if you're going to be talking to people, you gotta know what you're talking about. And with the product mastery, it builds confidence, right? So that's the first step, product mastery. And then the second is productivity. So there's so much to learn in one client meeting. How can and my manager said, if you're not talking to people, if you're not being productive, how can you say that you're a financial advisor when you're not even giving financial advice? Right? So that's product mastery, productivity, and it's commitment. Commitment in being a financial advisor. And that comes with knowing or like acknowledging to the world that this is who I am now. This is what I do. So those three things are my advice for the recruits, for the new recruits.
Thank you, Jay. I truly appreciate this. This has been wonderful. Has been very exciting as well. Okay, you've actually expanded, a lot of concepts, principles, and ideas that I feel like, even a new financial advisor would really be able to benefit and accelerate their game. After all, that is what we want to do here.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing this interview. And I'll be rooting for you and looking forward. You definitely, guys, for those of you who are watching this, Jerica David, watch out for this lady, for this woman. Okay, definitely, she would be a force to be reckoned with in the financial advisory domain.
Yes.
Thanks, Jet.
Thanks,
Really appreciate
Mack.
you.
Yes.
Okay, at saka you're gonna be co-hosting with me.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, that's it for now. Bye, and see you in the next episode.
Thank you.